Fire away.
Hi, Coach. So, coming off what was a tough weekend getting swept in Clarkson, what's the mindset going into what could arguably be literally the toughest stretch of the schedule, playing the top two teams in the country?
Well, I think it's hard to argue that it won't be the toughest stretch. It's back-to-back, 1 against 2. So, hey, look, it's a great opportunity. That's how we have to approach this and look at it as to have a top team in the country come into our new building and showcase what college hockey is all about. That's exciting for our program and exciting for our fans, and we're hoping to put on a good show.
What did you kind of see looking back at the tape from this past weekend?
Well, when you hold a team on the road to under 30 shots 2 nights in a row and you outchance them both nights, you don't expect to get swept. We mismanaged a game in critical areas that you just can't mismanage games, especially on the road against good teams. And it was a lesson learned. We were thin, incredibly thin, and we missed those 5 guys. And Niedermeyer and Charlie and Jenner got hurt his first shift of the weekend, and Ryan Alexander, and then Como was maybe 50% all weekend. So just the depth just wasn't there. We're hoping to get a couple of them back this weekend, and we're looking forward to that.
Kind of just building off that, where some of those specific guys like Como and I know, like you said, Ryan Alexander, just kind of where's everybody looking at?
We're hoping to get at least 2 of them back to full strength this weekend, which will be a big shot in the arm because we need them. We're not going to get all of them back, not all 5 of them, but we're hoping to get at least 2 of them back.
Coach Patrick Brown with ArizonaCoyotes.com. He's doing a quick feature on Donor.
Yeah.
So just curious, obviously followed up a great freshman year with yet another playing well. What have you seen from him this year? He's
starting to come into his own. I thought he would be the first to tell you he probably had a little bit of a slow start, by his standards, not by normal player standards, but now he's really going. You can tell he was really good this past weekend. He was buzzing, he was creating all kinds of opportunities, he was above pucks, his stick was really good. I think Corsi Saturday night was like 23, plus 23. He was dominant. So he's starting to play really, really good hockey at a time where we need him to, especially with the guys we have out and the lack of depth that we have up front right now. So we're going to lean on him heavily, and it's good that he's playing well right now.
Do you feel that he's settled into the captain role? Did it take him any time?
Oh yeah, no, he's been great in that role from day one. His character and the way he works and how good of a teammate he is, we knew that he would be, and he's just going to continue to get better at it.
Thank you.
What are some of the things you guys are looking team-wise on the ice? What are some of the biggest things you guys have been working on this week, and really the biggest goals and keys to this series this weekend?
I think just really, really being hard to play against defensively. I think, we have now 5 out of the last 6 games held our opponents to under 30 shots, which is a good recipe for success. And 5-game winning streak going into last weekend. That was a big reason why. So we have to continue to defend really well, but we've got to manage the game in critical areas that we just didn't do in Clarkson. So Minnesota's really good, and they're going to get their chances. So we have to be difficult to play against in our end. And the best way to defend Minnesota is to make sure they don't get the puck. So when we have the puck, we've got to treat it like it's gold and possess it and protect it and try and grind them out in the O-zone and keep them 200 feet from our net.
A lot of your guys' chances have kind of come off little scrums in front of the net. Josh being a huge part of that. Just kind of talk about how big that could be in this series.
Well, you got to win those areas if you're going to be successful, and that's where your goals are scored. It's when you score goals at the blue paint, usually you pay the price and it hurts, because that's why it's called the dirty area. It's the roughest part of the game. So you got to own the blue paint at both ends. Generally, the team that owns the blue paint at both ends is the team that wins.
Anything else?
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.